Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a continue on my video that I posted I believe yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not sure how I'm going to schedule my videos because if you saw my Partners in Cream update you know that I was gone for about a week because I was ill. And I'm pre-filming quite a lot this weekend, so I don't know really how I'm going to schedule anything because I am behind on videos. But it is my last video and I'm following up on that with a continuous on my lipstick declutter. And today I'm going to do a Keep 10 Declutter 10 video. So I originally saw this video on Ashley Claty, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name's channel. And I thought this was a really fun idea on how to tackle declutters because I love doing the sit-down declutters that I did the other day, but I feel like sometimes it's just fun to do it a different way and also just kind of go through some things that you actually want to keep as well as declutter. But that's what I'm going to do today, and also I'm going to try things on, which is why I'm not wearing any lipstick right now. So this will going to be quite an intense one I think to film because I do have 20 lipsticks here and they are liquid lipsticks, which are even worse to remove from your lips. But I'm going to try them on one by one and go through them, and I'm going to try to start with kind of nudes and similar colors and move up to deeper shades, and then I'm just going to decide what to keep and what to declutter. So I have my little box here with all of my goodies. Again, there are 20 of them in here, but I'm just going to go through them. I think I'm going to organize them a little bit in my lap, and then I'm going to start swatching the first shade. Okay, so I think I've gone through all of my shades and I have organized them in somewhat of an order. I do have a makeup palette here so I can use the mirror in here to apply everything, and then I'm just going to go and take one item at a time. The first I'm going to start with is this one right here, which is one of my NYX lip lingeries in the shade Baby Doll. So there you have the first shade. It's not dry down obviously, and this one is very light. I'm gonna have my mirror here so I can look at it as well, but I do quite like the tone of it, but it is just very light. However, I don't really think I have anything else like this in my collection, so for now I think this is one that I'm gonna keep. Next up we have this one here, which is one of my Sephora collection lipsticks, and this one is in number 33. I think this one will be slightly deeper and a bit more grey, so let's see how this one looks. Okay, so this is what this one looks like. I actually prefer this one, I think. It's still a very kind of nude shade, but I feel like it gives some sort of depth to the lips, so I actually think I might keep this one and declutter the first one because I do prefer this one and it still gives that really nuded out lip. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep this and actually declutter the Baby Doll shade. And if I end up having concealer lips in this video, it's because I'm putting concealer around my lips and some of it just ends up on my lip. But since liquid lipsticks are quite pigmented anyway, I don't really mind, and I do kind of wipe off the excess. But let's move on to the next shade, and the next shade is another Sephora collection one, and this one is in the shade number 22. So this is what this one looks like. Again, I think this is quite a nice unique shade. I don't have any other liquid lipsticks I think like this because they're definitely more kind of warm tone, but it still counts as a nude. And I think I do reach for nude liquid lipsticks more than kind of brighter ones nowadays. So this one I think I am going to keep as well. Okay, the next one is a very kind of light pink one. This one is Melancholia from KVD Beauty. And I think this is quite similar to one shade I'm panning at the moment, but I just want to see what it looks like on my lips. But yeah, let's just go ahead and apply it. Okay, so there you have it. This one is definitely more of a kind of Barbie pink shade. Although I don't think it looks horrible, it's not a kind of shade that I go for that much anymore, and I do have this kind of shade in bullet lipsticks, and I feel like I would be more keen to reach for those since I don't reach for it very often. So this one will be another one that gets decluttered. Okay, so we're slowly moving into slightly deeper shade. The next one we have is from the NYX lip lingerie line again, and this one is in the shade Embellishment. Okay, so this is actually quite a cool shade. I was definitely ready to I feel like this is one that I was looking to declutter, and it is still kind of like on the maybe side. This is why I put them in a maybe pile, because I don't know, but looking at it, I actually quite like it, and I think I would be more prone to wear this rather than some really bright shades. So I think I'm gonna keep this one as well. Next up we have a newer liquid lipstick in my collection. This one is the e.l.f. Sheer Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Praline Pretzel. I do think I'm going to keep this one, but I just want to swatch it out to kind of see what it looks like. And I also have a shade that's really similar that I want to compare it to, maybe even before I make a decision about this one. Okay, so there you have this shade. Don't mind the messy application. I guess the application is also gonna get messier and messier the further in I get. But I do quite like this shade. I feel like I like this a lot because it is more of a kind of sheerer liquid lipstick, but it still gives some color to your lips. So I believe I am going to keep this one, but again, I am going to compare it to the next one because I think the next shade is very similar, although it's more opaque. So I just want to compare the two and see which one I prefer. And I'm most likely going to keep one of them and declutter the other. And the shade I think is very close to that I realized when I did the swatches is the shade Lolita from KVD. So I'm just going to swatch this one out as well, and then we're going to make a decision. So there we have the shade Lolita. Again, quite a messy application. I use getting sloppier and it's harder to kind of find my lip line the further into these we get. But I will try to do my best. So this is what this one looks like, and overall I think this one looks quite similar. It's just again more opaque, and it's difficult because I do really like the shade, but I don't think I need both. And first of all, this one is older, but I also feel like this one is an easier kind of application. But also again, you can kind of shade this one out and also keep it opaque, but I feel like if I pair this with a lip liner, it will also be more opaque. This is such a difficult thing to decide. I think this is a stunning shade, but I probably have similar lipsticks that are more opaque, so I'm going to declutter Lolita and I'm going to keep the e.l.f. one, which really surprises me. So while we're on the Lolita train, let's do Lolita 2, again from KVD. This one I believe is a bit more warm tone, so let's put this on and see what it looks like. Okay, so here we have Lolita 2, and I do quite like this again, but it's not something that I liked as much as I thought I would. This one I think I'll put in like a maybe pal for now. It might be, I want to compare it because I have again two quite similar shades, but I think those are deeper. But I want to compare it to those anyway, just to make sure that I don't keep too many shades that are similar. So for now this will kind of stay until I swatch all three, and then I'm going to make a decision on them. And the first out of those two shades is one of my Sephora collection ones in the shade 25. This one is more kind of a deeper shade, but it's still kind of the rusty kind of tone that Lolita 2 is, so I'm going to put this one on. So there we have the second shade, and I much prefer this shade. I like kind of these bright tones when it comes to liquid lipsticks, because that's kind of what I reach for. If I want something more sheer, I don't reach for my liquid lipsticks as much. So because of that, I think already I'm going to make a decision to declutter Lolita 2, and I probably will keep this one, but I want to swatch the other one too and see if they are too similar. But I really love how this looks on the lips. And the other one that I have that is similar is Plath, again from KVD. So my camera cut out while I did a swatch for this lipstick, but this is what the lipstick looks like on my lips. This is Plath. I really like it. I did actually swatch them out on my hand because they are really similar. So there we have, I believe this is Plath, this one is the Sephora collection one. You can see one is slightly more kind of burnt and the other like slightly redder. The other one is more neutral. Do I want to keep both? Yes. Is it excessive keeping both? Yes. But I kind of want to keep both anyway, because I know that these are shades that I love reaching for when it comes to liquid lipsticks, and I know that like the few times that I have been reaching into my liquid lipstick is usually been for one of these two shades, because I know that they are ones that I really enjoy, especially in the autumn time. So because of that, I think I'm actually going to keep both of these, and that might be excessive. And if I do end up keeping too many, I will go back to one of these two and declutter one of them, which is going to be really difficult because I don't know which one of these two I would declutter. But for now I'm going to keep them both, but I am going to the color Lolita too. So now we're moving into the pinks, and the next one we have is the Sephora collection. This is one of the metallic cream stains in the shade 108. So I'm going to apply this one, and we're going to make a decision on this lipstick. So then we have this one. I'm torn on this one because I think it looks quite nice for being a metallic, and it's also the only metallic lipstick that I have in my collection, I think. But I'm also just thinking, when will I ever wear this? It's getting really difficult now. I've kept 6 so far, decluttered 4, so I'm slightly behind on the decluttering. But I like this one. I like also that it's a bit more sheer, and I like that it's different. I will keep this one. So I'm on 7 keeps now, which means I will definitely have to step up my game soon. Next up we have this really bright shade, which is Backstage Bambi from KVD Beauty. I'm going to apply this one, and again I'm going to make a decision on it. So here we have Backstage Bambi. It's really fun. I really quite like it, which is bad because we're getting to a lot of keeps. But I think it's very fun, and I don't reach for these shades too often. But when I do, I think I would like a liquid lipstick formula. And because of that reason, I do want to keep this, which is making this really difficult because I definitely kept more than I wanted to, but I can't really help that. Do I want to keep this? You know what? No. I have other lipsticks in this kind of shade, and I haven't been reaching for this kind of shade when I want these colors. And although I love it when I put it on now, will I reach for it? I might. But I also have those other lipsticks that I would kind of also want to get some more use out of. So no, I'm going to declutter this one. I'm going to be harsh with myself. I need to declutter more lipsticks because I'm so overwhelmed with the amount of liquid lipsticks that I have. So this one will go. Okay, we're getting into some that are, I think, a bit more kind of easy for me to make a decision on. This next one is Mother from KVD. I'm going to apply this one as well. There we have Mother. It's a beautiful tone. It's a beautiful kind of mauvey, slightly deeper tone. But I have this over and over again in my lipstick collection, and I feel like I would make more prone to reach for those than my liquid lipsticks. So this one will be decluttered. Am my lips starting to feel it yet? A tiny bit, but I'm getting there. I don't have too many left, so let's just continue on. The next lipstick I have is another KVD one, which is in the shade Bauhaus. This one is a brighter kind of mauve tone, but let's just put this one on. So there we have Bauhaus. I quite like this one actually. It's more of a berry kind of tone, and it gives some warmth to the face, and I really actually like this. It's a bit more of a unique tone as well in my collection, so I think because of that I am going to keep this one because I do like this shade. The next shade I have is another KVD one. I have a lot of those. It was my favorite liquid formula when I was into liquid lipsticks, and this one is in the shade Bachelorette, and this one is more of a kind of raspberry toned pink. So let's apply this one. Again, probably very messy application, but this is what Bachelorette looks like. I like it, but it's not very unique. I think I have this color a lot in my collection, and I feel like the undertone doesn't really like scream me to me. I remember really wanting this when I picked this up, but yeah, I don't love it, so I am going to declutter this one as well. So we're on down to the last 5, and the next shade that we have to swatch is Berlin, again from KVD. So let's just go ahead and apply this one. Okay, so this is quite a cute pink. It's definitely more of a summer pink in my opinion, but I do actually quite like it. I think it's a nice shade, but is it unique enough? If it's something that I would reach for in a liquid lipstick formula, that is the question. So far I kept 8, so I have 2 more to keep out of my 5. And this one is a contender, but I'm not sure if it's like unique enough, but I I like it. It's a lot of the things that I have in my liquid lipsticks are very blue tone pink, because that's kind of what I was into back in the day, but I don't really have anything like this, so I like it. And I think this might be a contender to keep, and I'm gonna keep it in the keep pile for now, but if I find something that I really like more than that, I will move that to the declutter one. Another one that I think I might declutter because of the formula is the Matte Me from Sleek liquid lipstick in the shade Brink Pink. I kept this around for so long because it is such a vibrant kind of blue toned neon pink, but the formula isn't great. But I'm gonna apply this and just see what I think and then make a decision like that. So there we have it, and I'm not sure if the camera picks up how bright this is, but it is such a vibrant neon pink, and I love the color of this. But I know the formula isn't great. I don't wear these shades often enough to justify having a formula that isn't amazing. And yeah, I have a lot of other blue tone pinks that I could wear in this place, although not as vibrant as this. But yeah, I just think it's time to let this one go, because although I love the color of this, I haven't reached for this in at least a year, and that just shows that even though I know I have it, even though I love the color, I'm just not gonna reach for it. So this one is one that will go. Then next up we have the Superstay Matte Ink by Maybelline, and this one is in the shade Heron. I recently had this in my, was it my shop, my stash I believe, and I like this shade, but it's just like, it's not what I expected it to be, but I'm just gonna apply it and show you. Okay, so this is a good kind of description of this, because you can even see on the one it looks very bright orange, but as soon as you shear it out it becomes pink, and that's not what I wanted this for. And when I reach for this shade, I don't want the pink, but it just has such a pink base that I am going to declutter this. It's not my favorite, and I have other kind of orangey toned lipsticks that I prefer, so this one will go. So sorry if that clip sounded rushed, but I just know that those liquid lipsticks from Maybelline just stain like crazy, and they're really difficult to get off, so I just wanted to get off as soon as possible. So that's kind of why it was so quick, and I also knew what I wanted to do with it as soon as I put it on, because I could just see how it went on orange, and then it just, as soon as you shear it out, as soon as you don't like, because you need to apply quite thin layers with that, because it doesn't really set down straight away. You just kind of, it's quite tacky, but it's such a long wearing formula, but as soon as you shear it out it just disappeared, like that beautiful color just disappeared. And yeah, that's why I'm decluttering it. But the last two colors I have are these two here. And if you saw my last video, I wanted to include these two because I wanted to ideally keep one of them, because they're just so similar. So I'm going to compare these two. The one I prefer is this one here, which is Saturday from Colourpop. But since I don't really know if the formula is still good, I want to compare it to this one here, which is Exorcism from KVD. Just to see if this one doesn't work for me, I might keep this one instead. But I'm going to try this one first, because I know this is the color that I prefer out of the two. Okay, so note to self, it's really difficult applying such deep liquid lipstick when you already applied 20 other liquid lipsticks on your lips prior, especially without a lip liner. But this is the best application I can get from this, and I love the color of this. And yes, the formula isn't the best, but it still doesn't do the balling up thing that I feel like Colourpop does when it's going bad. And I mean, it smells, it doesn't smell great, but it doesn't smell like it's gone completely off. And because of that, I think this is the one I'm gonna keep. But I'm just gonna put on the Casual Day one just for the sake of it. So I've tried all of these on and see if, like, maybe I like that color better, but I doubt it, because I really love this one, and it's my favorite go-to liquid lipstick shade when I want a bold lip in autumn and winter. So this one is most likely gonna stay. And my lips are very stained even when I put concealer on them, but I just put like a tiny bit on, so it will kind of forgive like what's around my lips, because it's getting a bit stained now as well. But the last shade, like I said, is Exorcism from KVD, so I'm gonna apply this one, and that will be the final one that I will wear in this video. And there you have the final lipstick. I really love this one too. I think it's stunning. I just love vampy kind of matte lips. But I don't know if you will be able to speak up on camera again, but this just isn't, like, it doesn't have the vibrancy to it that Saturday does, which is why I don't like this as much. I have again swatched them out on my hands to compare. That one is Exorcism and this one here is Saturday, and I'm hoping you can see that that one has like a berry undertone and it just has more vibrancy to it, which I prefer. And because of that reason, I think I'm going to declutter this one, although I do really like it. And now I'm looking at my other lipsticks that I kept and thinking if there's anything else I would rather declutter, because I feel like this is a nice backup to have once, because this formula is still really good. And I'm worried that with Saturday this will be the last season that I can wear that, because it is getting older. It's not like I didn't buy this in my first like original Colourpop liquid lipsticks order, but I did buy them quite a few years ago still. I think it's been like 3 years maybe, so they are getting older. But so it's yeah. I do really want to get rid of 10 because that's what the point of the video is. No, you know what, I am gonna declutter this one, because if for some reason Saturday goes bad, I want to find a color that's similar to it rather than this one, because although I like this, I don't like it as much, and I would just keep this as a backup, but I wouldn't really reach for it. And if Saturday goes bad, or when Saturday goes bad, because I won't pan that ever before it goes bad, I will pick up a new liquid lipstick that is fresher in this type of color that I prefer more. So this one will be decluttered. And there you have it, you guys. These right here are all of the colors that I am decluttering, so you can see them all right here. Not this one because it's upside down, but yeah, you can see all the colors right here. These are the ones that I am decluttering, and I'm just gonna head and show you the ones that I'm keeping as well. And these ones right here are the ones that I am keeping, and I'm very happy with this kind of decision. I feel like I did the right choice with kind of doing this type of video where I sit down and swatch them all, because there was so many here that I was unsure about, so many here that I was like, oh, I think I like them, but I'm not sure. And there's some here that I just, especially the mid-tone pinks, I wasn't sure which ones I liked, which ones I didn't. And I just kind of didn't have any distinct feelings about any of them. Just because, like, I had so many, and that's kind of why I wanted to declutter my liquid lipsticks as well, because I just was so overwhelmed with the amounts that I had. So if you did see my last declutter as well, I have basically now cut my liquid lipstick collection in half, which I'm so excited about, because I still have like 25, which is a lot, or like 26, but one of them I am going to finish up soon hopefully, which is a lot, but I did have 45 before, so that is really good. So I mean, it's not quite half, but decluttering 20 was my goal, which I have basically done. So I'm very excited about that. And if you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and otherwise I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.